Hello everybody, welcome. I'm so happy to see you here today. It's February out here in the Northeast. We've had a lot of snow. It's really cold. And when conditions get like that, I tend to want to nest. How about you? You know that nesting feeling we get? And so I thought, what a better way to do that today? With a nest, maybe. So I pulled out some things around my craft room, old vintage things I have gathered up from flea market finds. And if you'd like to hang out with me, that would be so great. I'm going to fly by the seat of my pants. I'm going to put together something really pretty. I hope it works out. So stick with me and we'll find out, okay? So let's get started. All right. The piece that inspired me for my little nesting project is this old vintage bowl. It's really heavy. My husband is an antique bottle collector and a bottle digger. So he goes out to all these old sites around New Jersey, the woods, I don't know where he goes, and he comes home with all these antique bottles, but he also comes home with a lot of other really cool stuff. And so he'll wash it up and give it to me. And so this is like the perfect amount of imperfection, I think. I love this so much. It's from around the turn of the century, and I thought it would be a perfect piece to alter up a little bit and make beautiful. So I also have a nest. This is probably a craft store nest that I got years ago, and thought that might look good inside there. And then I wanted to do almost like a little basket handle. So this would end up looking kind of like a little basket. I grabbed a piece of wire and I had this brilliant idea. Now, I don't know if I'm going to make this work, but I'm going to try. Took a piece of wire and bent it like a basket handle shape. This is an old strand of flea market pearls. And my idea was to maybe take these pearls and wrap them all around this wire. So let's see if that's something I can pull off. I'm going to start with maybe a little bit of glue here just to kind of hold things in place. Whether it will or not, I don't know, but we will sure try. Okay, and then let's just wrap these pearls around this wire. So is it freezing cold where you guys are too? Tell ya, we had a lot of snow out here this year. So this is kind of a project, reminds me a little bit about kind of like it's springtime. Well, this is working. Okay, now let me see what I'm gonna do. Maybe some hot glue right in here. Thank goodness for this hot glue. This really sticks too. Maybe a little bit right there. Okay. Now, there's my basket handle. And I'm thinking probably the best way to attach something like this would be to put it right into this, straight into this bird's nest. Because there's something for it to kind of grab onto. So let me just kind of stick the wire right down in there. And then what I'll do is I'll glob a little glue right in there so everything holds in place. Well, that worked out pretty good actually. These pearls will hold that wire in there too. If they're kind of sticking out, I don't mind. Looks pretty. I didn't want to cut this strand of pearls and string them onto the wire because I didn't think it would look as good once they weren't a strand of old pearls any longer. Okay, so if we pop that in there, I think we got a pretty good start. All right, let's keep moving. Okay, we have our basket handle in place. I had a little bit of vintage lace, and I wasn't 100% sure about gluing it onto this bowl, but I'm going to do it anyway because I don't know. If I do something and I don't like it, I just undo it. It's like not a big deal. You know, if you do it, you don't like it, it's not like it's the end of the world. I let that dry a little bit too quick. There we go. I think this glue should hold this on. I use a hot glue that's made, it's a clear stick, and I do have an extra hot glue gun. It's not a low temp by no means. And this glue actually works for glass and metal and things like that. So I always feel very confident using it. And it hasn't let me down. So, all right, I think this is going to look pretty good. Like I said, if it doesn't, not a big deal. I love the designing process. It's my favorite. Okay, so a little lace on the bowl, and put our nest back in here. I think it looks really pretty. Keeping it, looks good. Okay, my pearls over here, I'm just going to secure them a little bit better. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm going to glue this into this bowl. I've got some Spanish moss, some regular moss. This stuff is so messy. A little bit like that, just to kind of add a little bit of dimension. See how clear these glue sticks are? Oh, that wasn't quite ready for one. I thought I was ready for a glue stick. I know I'm going to be any second now. All right. Now, take our basket. I've got such a mess on my table today. I'm going to pop it in, maybe kind of like that. All right. I'm going to just start back here on this moss because I have to load up my glue gun. Keep thinking I'm out of glue and I'm not. Okay. I'm just kind of squeezing this in here, hoping it grabs on. But what I am going to do is stick some of this moss down in here. Just kind of takes up a little of that space. Okay, looks good. Let's see how sturdy this is. It's pretty sturdy. If I see anything else, I will just stick a little bit more moss in there. Maybe a little bit over here. And just kind of glues it all together, doesn't it? Okay. Next. Let's see what we got. How about, move some of that out of the way. Look at these eggs, you guys. I don't remember where I got these. I think it was like Home Goods, like many years ago. And these are very fragile. It's almost like they were real little eggs. I know there was one in here that was shattered. So I'm not really sure what they are, but they're really pretty though. They look so natural and beautiful. So I'm just going to pop a couple of them right in here in the middle. pretty easy. Here we go. Like so. Let me hold those for a second. Okay. It's starting to look like a little bird nest, isn't it? Okay. Pretty, pretty eggs. What else we got? Look at all these. These are wonderful little flowers that come off of old hats. So beautiful. And I'm thinking I'm just going to just add these here and there. These are cute. I really love the little violet and purple colors. Oh, this is looking very springy. I could use a little spring right now. This is really nice. Okay, glue strings everywhere. Little moss popped out. Okay, can you guys see this okay? I know I have the camera over the top of it, and look at this little color flower. Isn't that pretty? It's a beautiful color. Okay. All right, a few more of these. They're looking so cute. I don't think I've ever had so many glue strings. Okay. It's looking pretty. Alright, how about, do we need another flower? I think so. Cut the end of that off. Right there. Okay. What about these? I don't know. Oh, yeah. That looks good right there. Oh, that's so cute, isn't it? Oh, I love these little flowers. Vintage millinery. Can't get enough of it. The flea market the last couple years, I tell you, it just hasn't had as much of this stuff as it used to. It's very disappointing. It's harder and harder to get. Let me see, am I overdoing it? Or is it possible to even overdo it? I don't know. All right, I'm going to leave that be for now. All right. Now, this is just precious, isn't it? It says nest. Noun, a place of rest, retreat, or lodging. Home. Isn't that so pretty? I found this on Etsy. It was an Etsy download, and I just printed it out and put it on a little wooden disc. Used my distress ink around the sides and glittered it. So I thought that turned out so pretty. This came from Etsy shop Just a Slice by O and J.A. I'll link that below. There were some pretty things in there. Actually, you could make this big. You can print this out in a big size and do a little wooden frame or put it on a board and make some pretty wall art out of it. They had a lot of really pretty things that you could do that with. So I made this ahead of time because I wanted the glitter to dry. And I was thinking maybe that would look pretty just right there. So let's do it. It's kind of like it'll stick right on. This glue stick has been giving me grief. All right, It's going to stick on right there, right on the egg. Put a little dot right there as well. Okay. So, looking cute. I have some vintage lace. You guys, these glue strings, I am so sorry. They are just everywhere and everything's sticking to them, including me. Okay. All right, let's see. How about a lace bow, maybe right there in the front. I like that. Right. Right there. Oh, that's pretty. Very, very pretty. And I also made a bow out of seam binding. I love this color for spring. You guys want to see my seam binding? This is all flea market, just colors and colors and colors of this vintage seam binding, and I love this so much. And this just wasn't, look at this color, this just wasn't one trip. I mean, this was lots of trips. Whenever I see anything that is like sewing, bags of sewing things and stuff like that, I just gravitate towards it because you can find all this really nice stuff. Okay, so I'm thinking that that little bow will go on here to finish this off. Right there. Oh, that's really pretty. You could put a little glitter on the eggs if you wanted to, but I love this. So what do you think, fellow nesters? Isn't that a great little nesting project for today, and how easy it was? Just grabbing a few things from around the craft room, starting with this wonderful old bowl. And I love how the handle turned out too with the string of pearls. Thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate having you here. I hope this inspires you to get in your craft room or your little craft space and pull out some things and make something beautiful to cheer you up this winter. So until the next video, I will see you soon. Bye, you guys.